I'm streaming. Now I'm gonna share it on. Alright, I'm streaming. Now I'm gonna share it on. Oh, that sound effect is just awful. Okay. Alright. Oh, that sound effect is just awful. Okay. Alright. Oh, it's got my desktop audio, and now it's creating a feedback loop. Oh, criminy. Okay. Alright. Here we go. I just feel like that's gonna get annoying. Maybe I leave it. Maybe I just let it be for now. Yeah, I'll come back to it later. Okay, but I do need a sound effect for changing spells. And I need a unique shooting sound effect for the Abhaya Mudra. On top of the world. Now let's see here. Okay, so that's working. That's nice. That's good to know. If any of you is wondering, if there's anybody here and they see that that's happening and they're wondering, wait, who in the hell is Uriel? Uriel is the deuteragonist from Plan 9 from Outer Space, the brother of the evil guy who wants to stop the sun bomb from occurring. And then if you're thinking, what the fuck are you talking about? That character's not in that movie. You're right, my bad.
Oswald and the unnamed girl wandered into the darkest part of
We gotta skip past this.
the lady.
Although maybe I shouldn't skip past Hall Monitor's really incredible performance here.
Wait! A show.
God, I wish I had never found you. But then I may as well wish to be stricken blind, deaf, and dumb. I ought to be thankful.
He talked different. He looked different. And not just his clothes, neither. Whatever was behind this guy's eyes now, it wasn't the same bunch of pink wrinkles that was there before. Oswald.
But I remember, always... Now this is a surprise.
Hongoro's eyes fell cold.
I just want to hear Hall Monitor's voice.
And you? I don't even know who you are.
Gosh, if only someone, anyone that wasn't me had auditioned for the role of Hongoro. Oh well.
Sorry, Bally. We were just on our way out.
But the Shogun paid them no mind.
You've got a lot to do. You're so very busy. And I must see to the immediate unfettering of the beast.
And like it was an average Tuesday afternoon, the Shogun left. Just up and walked away.
What in the hell was that?
Now that's gotta be in the top 5 queerish things I've seen today. I thought we were done for.
Yeah, me too.
What do you suppose all that was about a beast?
Probably nothing good, lady.
Alright, that seems to be working out. What do you suppose is going on here? Intrigue in the variety. Anyway. I think right here, yeah, stretch the black fade. I'm gonna make sure I do that. I'm gonna leave the music playing, because my music, well, it's not my music, I didn't make it, but I commissioned it. But I can leave it playing as long as I like. find out where... There we go. That's better. And I'll get rid of that weird little bit right there.
What? A new spell?
Okay, I should make it so that the music turns down there. I did it with another, dialogue. Might as well do it here, too. But what room was that in? I think it was somewhere in World 1, 2. Right about when you meet... Hey! What's her name? No, quite literally, what's her name? Somebody should look at my spaghetti code and let me know just how bad and obtuse I'm making everything for myself, so I can finally just give up. That would be nice. Let's see. This is room 1, 2, 5. Okay. Hortensia intro. Yeah, she's not being called Hortensia in the game. That's definitely not happening. In fact, I'll probably have to just do a find replace at some point for the code, because that name is just not going to become public domain for her within my lifetime. Not happening. But what's she called in the game? Well, you'll have to play it and find out. Hortensia intro. Okay, so I swear to God. I had a function where a dialogue would turn the music down. I've got to find that. Oh, that's good. How many heroes will there be in general? It's a good question. In terms of the multiplayer, about what we've got right now, plus Oswald. I might add in 1 or 2 more once the campaign's done, but I'm sorry to disappoint. Oswald's going to be the playable character for the entire round, except for Chapter 6. Briefly, you'll play as somebody else. And I'm not going to say who, but in terms of new heroes, don't expect that. The characters will be showing up as characters. In fact, Mickey's finally going to be an actual, like, follower character and such. Is this too loud? I feel like it's too loud. Anyway. But, like, once I get a little further into this thing, there is still nothing stopping me, especially once like it's a guarantee. Spooky? Deep Night? Yes. Yeah, that's me. I'm the guy who made Deep Night Detective, and I'll get back to it someday. Just you wait. But, no, that's, I'm not working on it right now. I really oughta. In fact, can I pull up the, no. Anyway, yeah, I'm working on, Inverse Ninja. Do I know you? I mean, I hope that doesn't sound rude. I'm just like, hey, you seem to know what Deep Night Detective is. Oh, hi, gross girl. Well, thank you so much. I'll get to thank you. I'm flattered. And I'm glad you liked Deep Night Detective. Oh, that's great. Check my Discord notifications. I'm going to do that in a different window. I don't have anything new. Wait, are we not friends? Dan, are we not friends on Discord yet? No? Did you mean Twitter? And thank you, gross girl. Then are you sure you got the right Discord account? It's message maybe it's a message request? Joxy, hey there, support wants me to... Oh, well, there's a DM that There's a DM that I was definitely supposed to get earlier. Uh-oh. I will worry about that one later. But let me see. Hey, can I have a few minutes of yours? I don't think I know you. That's from a deleted user. No, dude, I was just making fun of you for having so many. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, it's embarrassing, is what it was. I thought you were like sending me something. I was like, oh God, what am I missing? What kind of asshole am I turning out to be? Sorry, Dan. And Mark of many monikers. Thank you so much. Really, very kind of you. I promise you, it's gonna be a while, but it'll happen. I just have to put down one of these projects at some point. One of these has got to... Yeah, but yeah, you saw that. It's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed. Don't you worry. I'm rightfully ashamed. It's true. That should be like the name of that. Like, notification blindness, because I swear to God I have it. Yeah, I've got... Okay. That's got to stop. I've got to find a way to make sure that the gain for the game goes down. Let me know if you want help setting up an overlay or something. Yeah, I might get you on that at some point. Get you on that like I'm your boss or something. Goddamn. Sorry. That would be great. Let me see here. Music game. Just wondering, will Popeye be in the game after he's allowed to eat spinach? Anyway, you've done a great job. Oh, thank you. You're very kind. And, yeah, Popeye's going to be in Chapter 3. Spoiler alert. I've got the game slightly more obsessively planned out than I like to admit. Mainly because, like, I don't know. What does my planning out matter until it's actually made? You know what I mean? Like, Episode 1 matters because it's almost done, and Episode 2 matters because it's what I'm going to work on next. But you people don't care what's going to happen in Chapter 4? Like, I'm not Toby Fox. It's not like, oh my God, we're getting spoilers for this. But yeah, I do have Chapter 4 planned out, and Chapter 7, and Chapter 1, 2, 3, and 5, and 6. But, like, I don't know. Yes, for what it's worth, Popeye does appear, and he's in Chapter 3. And, I'm actually looking very forward to Chapter 3. It's going to really let me stretch my writing nerves writing nerves. Damn you, gross girl, you put the word nerves in my head. But, yeah, I've been trying to put more writing into my life, and Chapter 3 is going to let me do a lot of that. Oh, pardon. Does this mean I get to draw Popeye? No, gross girl, it means you get to draw Popeye for money. And can I make him look like Robin Williams? It's a good question. It would be a deep cut. Legally, I can. We don't own Robin Williams' likeness. Nor do we own the likeness of Popeye in that Popeye movie. Why would that be a cut? You want to give that one another try? Hey man, I trust that you've been really freaking good about towing the line of readability and copyright ownership so far. Why would that be a cut? Why would that be a deep cut? Because most people aren't aware of the Popeye movie. They've done a decently good job of trying to bury it. It's not like the Flintstones. Nah. Anyway, I gotta look into audio sound gain. Turn music back up. That's a problem. Okay, so I don't know where it is I'm turning the music down in the two cutscenes where I do turn the music down. So I've really screwed myself this time. Audio sound game. No, we're going right back to the turn music back up script. Gosh darn it. Kill music timed. Wait, is that it? Is it kill music timed? Wait, Cheshire Cats. Oh, Popeye movie is kind of charming in my opinion. But if a bit held back by the limitations of the time. I'll be honest, I haven't seen it. It's... I try to maintain a fairly extensive critical spectrum, but no, I can't say I've seen the weirdo Popeye movie that they tried to put into the ground. I'm a bad partner, we're going to watch it. I'm just going to go into the other window and legally acquire it real quick. This is the sound of me entering my credit card details. The one from 1980. Yes, I'm renting it from the library. Oh, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that either, it's fine. Yeah, Popeye's weapon will be an anchor. See, that's the thing. In my mind, what in the hell does Popeye fight with other than, one, his two fists, and two, whatever's around him? I'm not saying I'm going to put this much effort into if I make him an actual playable character, to like upsetting the game flow, because it's a really small game. But people seem to like it. People seem to miss the whole Smash Brothers who are they gonna add next thing, and I seem to be filling kind of a niche for that. So even if it's for my dumb little zombie killing, ninja killing game, maybe I should do that. The anchor would be cool. I think people are just excited to see a design. I was just looking at Vinny Vinesauce. I don't watch him all that often, but there's a precedent to add it. Yeah, and every character will come with a new weapon. I'm not. Otherwise, they're skins, you know? But, like, my Popeye would just, like, throw chairs and, like, and, like, chest of drawers at people. Plus, we already gave a harpoon. I still think the harpoon is a great weapon for Mickey. I'm so smart and cool. Such good taste in music, too. Wow. It's true, Will. You're very smart. Oh, thank you, Will. You're very welcome, Will. Alright, let's do it. Up! Don't worry about that. Not that it's confidential, but it is proprietary. You have two screens. What? What? Because it was in the taskbar. Because I had something pinned to the taskbar that wasn't incriminating on its own, but, like, I don't know, I don't want people asking, hey, what's that thing? And I say, it's for my work, it's kind of confidential. And they're like, well, tell us about it. And I'm like, it's really boring, actually, don't stress about it. So why can't you tell us? Because it's fucking... Well, now I'm just creating my own problems. Alright, I'm gonna see, I think it was SER kill music timed, is what's going on. The Popeye that throws empty spinach cans... You know what? You do the Princess Peach thing, where... Okay, he attacks with his fist. It's a melee, like Dan Back's, like infinite spinach pockets. And then, instead of using an air blast, which hasn't been that useful in the game, I have to just admit it, it was a failed experiment. Maybe his thing is that he pulls out a spinach can, or a chair, or a chest of drawers. And he just lobs it at the guy, and I think that could be really fun. Anyway. I'm gonna look up kill music timed. Nope, it's not kill music timed. God damn it. I've gotta have a script in here somewhere that's like, hey, here's where we turn down the music. Because I know that happens, but it doesn't seem to happen within. Well, then it wouldn't be in here, is the problem. Okay, you know what? It's debug time. So, I think around the beginning of World 1-2, I'm going to play from here, and anybody who's watching can get a tiny little taste of what World 1-2 looks like. Ooh, I like this one. So, if you can hear this music, then you can hear this music, then when we meet Hortensia, it's not her name, then it should turn down. I want to find out if it turns down immediately once we enter the room, or whether it turns down when we start talking to her. I think that'll answer a lot of my questions. The line that just keeps popping up whenever I glance toward the chat is, "You have two screens. Why?" And I just want to keep addressing it because that's why. It's not like I'm Vosh. It wasn't anything bad. Okay, there it is. It's when we enter the room. This is room 2-4 or 2-5 or something like that. And then you run into Hortensia and. Well, thank you. I might just do that. Also, Gross Girl, your delivery there with the is really funny. Hall monitor, also just fucking fantastic. Also, these are going to be changed soon. In fact, you know what? I'm going to make that my next thing. But actually, I'll show them off. I like how some of these turned out. Toined out. I'm liking the way that some of these games look, is what I'm trying to say. I like that one. That's fine. We saw that one. Look, I'm no artist, but I don't know. I can occasionally make an expression look funny. And here's Oswald's. My memory serves me correctly, then Tintin also got into the public domain. His first book, someone Okay, so I got my answer, is that it's when the... I like this style. Oh, thank you. You're very kind. Oh, stop. What am I doing? I am... Yes, that's right. I'm going into that room, and I'm just going to make it so that the music is turned down, just like it is in not this room, but this room. Haha! Fucking thought so. There it is. So I just got to pop this into room 143. I don't know why I keep saying the 1. I still only have episode 1, but, you know, whatever. Agreed, it's vaguely... Pokemon... Oh! Well, that's very, very kind of you to be compared to Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. As I recall, it had some pretty great, also work stuff. As I recall, it had some pretty great, whatchamacallums, pixel art. I'm gonna look it up. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon sprite art. No, I'm looking for like the portraits like this. Yeah, that's what you're talking about. That was extremely flattering of you. Kind of. No, these are okay. Maybe I just hyped them up a little too much in my mind. Well, I'm still flattered. And thank you. I appreciate it. You think so? Yeah, I suppose you're right. Alright, so what I gotta do is go to that dialogue and just make sure that I turn the music back up at the end. Well, I am flattered. Ugh, I'm getting flatter every day. I gotta stop eating so much. Dialogues. Attention intro. No, what I want is the Abaya Mudra. There we go. Okay, I do gotta go back to the Hortensia intro. My scripts. I turn music back up. Don't worry about that. It's fine. I just legally acquired something. And none will be the wiser. Hey, remember that time on Twitter that I made a joke about how if Friendly Cosmonaut knew how much of her code I used, then she would be entitled to some of my money? Yeah. Anyway. Let's see how that worked out. Let's go back to World 1-4. And maybe I'll play out a little bit more of that cutscene. It's cool, and you guys are here, and I don't know, what do I have to lose? Oh, Dante. Maybe I should get back to Dante posting on the Inverse Ninjas account. That would typically... Oh, speaking of Pokemon, technically Missing No has no copyright, as it's just a glitch of the game. That can't possibly be true, can it? I bet I couldn't use the term Pokemon. Even if he is one. I could probably just say, hey, look, it's Missing No. It's not a character established by the franchise, it's a fanon, a meme. Yeah. But that also doesn't mean I can say, hey, look at this Pokemon I put in my game. Sort of like, oh, I almost spoiled Chapter 2 quite a bit. Chapter 2 has a reveal that I think is going to leave a lot of people stunned. And I don't say that lightly. I didn't think Mickey Mouse is going to surprise anybody. But I have something planned. Only a few people know about it. And I'm really skirting the line of copyright with this one. There is a reality in which this is kind of more dangerous than Mickey Mouse. It's not, but like, you'll see what I mean. Chapter 2's boss, I'll say this, is going to be a weird one. And what's more, Gross Girl, I'm looking very, very, very forward to your interpretation of this character. Gross Girl, do you remember which character I'm talking about? Okay, cool. Also, AI brain rot characters also lack copyright due to their inhuman nature of their inception. Definitely should not be included, though, due to being AI. Hey, Fancy Flying, how you doing, man? And, on one hand, I mean, if there was a compelling AI character, then wouldn't it be a universal good for me to use that character? Oh no, King Kong's already one of the public domain cards, by the way. No, more shocking than that. There'll be nobody left behind to grieve, and we will all go together when we go. The comforting fact that is to know. Universal bereavement, an inspiring achievement. Yes, we all will go together when we go. Anyway. Oh, I should make it so that the escape button doesn't quit straight to the game. It should go back to the main menu. I'm going to write that down real quick. What are we chatting about? We are chatting about Missing No from Pokemon is technically public domain, and would I use them? The answer is probably not. Popeye's going to be in Chapter 3. I was teasing everybody. Wait, is it Roman? It's not. It is not a character you would consider public domain because she technically... Okay, well, I've spoiled that it's a girl. Because she technically isn't. In fact, by all standards, she's not public domain. Except for the fact that the public domain on her, or the copyright on her, can't be enforced. At least not without some really, really, really big stuff happening. What's more is that it's also inextricably tied to an extremely major franchise that I'm going to inextricably untie. How would I put it? It would be like... Well, I guess it would be like using Superman without the DC universe, except that happens all the time, actually. I'll say this. It would be like using Tails the Fox and pretending Sonic the Hedgehog doesn't exist. Anyway, I gotta write down, what did I... Oh, yeah. Escape key in public domain cards section. Alright. Sonic who? Hedgehog what? I'm aware of a Sonic Barger. I don't see how it's that. Of course it's that. This character is really, really, really tied to that franchise. You know the one, Gross Girl. Okay. Alright, yeah, that's true. But that's really the only, thing that separates the two examples. Well, no, I am worried about it. No, I'm not. What am I talking about? Fast food place with the milkshakes? Yeah. And I don't see what that has to do with my favorite two-tailed fox friend. I hope they have ices! Anyway, testing out this thing. Gotta pass through. But, by the way, showed a friend of ours, Kung Pao for the first time. Made them very uncomfortable in places, and I guess I get it, but I think it was a hit. Should I ask Hall Monitor to redo that? It sounds like he's saying Maryland. Oh, I kind of like it. I only hear myself. That's also me, but I don't hear me in that. Kung Pao is an all-timer. One of the funniest movies ever made. I know Pete had two versions, the bear and the cat we all know. There was a bear before Mickey. Which version of them has a chance to appear? I like the one from Steamboat Willie, but it's not Pete. No, if you're thinking Pete, or if you're thinking King Kong, your head's in the wrong place. You're so off track that I'm not worried that you'll guess it at all. Not that sounds mean. Like I'm trying, like it's a game. Like I'm trying to be like, ha ha, motherfucker, you're supposed to guess, but you can't. But no, I think it's going to catch everyone off guard. When I had the idea, it sang to me. I was like, oh, this is the sort of thing that made.
I don't think that was the question. I think they were just asking about Pete.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it was unrelated.
Okay, well, which version of Pete might appear? The Steamboat Willie one. I think he's got a great design. If he gets added, I would need a reason for it, and there isn't an organic one in any of the chapters yet. Just watched Spaceballs with my family, and it fell so flat. I was bummed. It fell flat? You any crazy? No, sir. We call it Mr. Coffee. Care for some?
Hey, well, I agree.
You're crazy. The both of you are crazy.
It's his weakest movie.
It's his weakest movie when Robin Hood Men in Tights exists?
Yes.
Insanity. I'm not hearing this.
I'm excited for Spaceballs 2, though. But, like...
I swear to God, I'm gonna be mad if it's not Spaceballs 2, the search for more money.
I think it's his weakest because I have higher hopes for it.
I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes. Keep firing, assholes! You're crazy. Spaceballs is great. Fuck! Even in the future, nothing works. Maybe you were in a bad mood, dude. I don't know. That movie's awesome. I'm the bearded lady. What are you, one of the freaks?
Well, I've seen it so much. I've seen that movie a lot. It's not my favorite Mel Brooks film.
Oh, it fell flat with them. Yeah. Oh, then, I don't know. Break up with your family, I guess. Ooh, I'm gonna do live chair reaction. Live chair dev for a second. Fix myself a nice cold drink.
Wait, I was actually thinking about getting up and grabbing a beer. Will you grab me one?
Yeah, I'll grab you a beer. Sorry, I didn't realize that you were busy streaming.
I mean, you're the one who decided to get up. I was waiting for an opportune moment. Hey, chat, now that he's gone, you want to order pizza and throw a party? Let's get a rager. I know some football players who are allowed to buy beer. Mom said we had to go to bed at 10, but I think we should stay up till 11. I don't know if you guys can hear me at all.
Carlsberg.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. It's a shame SCP has the share-alike license, because otherwise I think it would have been really cool to have referenced here somewhere. We're not getting pizza. Where are we getting pizza? We ain't found shit! We broke it. We're not getting pizza! Wait! Ma, is this you? Did you do this, gross girl? God! No, we're not getting pizza. Okay, we've got plenty of food at home. Oh my God, we have so much food. I agree, and yet... Okay, this is going to sound like a criticism, but it's not. I like SCP. In fact, I like it a lot. In fact, I think the SCP for SCP what's the one? The visuals one.
I liked the one where they brought a dude back to life and he was absolutely like hell-bent on curing death because when he was dead he felt everything.
Oh yeah, the whole death is an extant form of decay where he's like the sensations didn't go away and it turns, but also that was like SCP-0000 where it turns out like it could have been one of many different SCP-0s.
I just thought it was like really. I liked how uniquely dark it was. It
I-
was interesting.
I agree, but also it's
Poetic.
made. I think it's even cooler by the fact that it's mixed in with a bunch of different SCPs that could all be SCP-0000, because one of them was right, or one of them isn't, or multiple are right, but they're there to throw the audience or whoever might be watching this off scent because it's up in the air. For my money, the real SCP-0000 is the article. But
I'm
anyway,
not brushed up on it enough to say, but
it's actually pretty cool. Oh, I'm gonna, but merchandising. Spaceballs, a coloring book. Yeah, this one. This one's sheer brilliance. They didn't like the merchandising part. Spaceballs, the flamethrower. Okay, so when it comes to SCP, real quick, I think SCP is brilliant. I really do, or at least it can be. And yet, I feel it is uniquely unsuited for reference in the fall of the public domain. And here is where I'm going to sound like a big artsy-fartsy motherfucker. Where part of what makes the public domain so special to me is that, to some degree, every work that's in the public domain that we've seen, the ones that I've chosen and curated, are all kind of a peek into the mind of one person who existed in history. And the work by committee aspect of SCP and its secretiveness, I don't know. It's about celebrating artists, and the artists of SCP are uniquely obscured. I know I could look them up, but the fact is they don't want to be looked up. It is art by committee. Really good art by committee. But, like, at the end of this, especially when you find out more about Hongoro, especially when you find out where I'm going with the fall of the public domain, one of the things I actually think I've kept under pretty tight wraps, you'll realize that the human aspect, the fact that all of these things are made by people, is you can't extract that from this story. In fact, one of the jokes I make, and this is the closest thing I'll get to a spoiler, is that there's nobody on the planet that Hongoro, Shogun Hongoro, well, not Shogun Hongoro, Taishogun Hongoro, there's nobody that Toshogun Hongoro hates more on Earth than me. And if he could talk to me, if he had the chance to see me for a second, he would stab me through the heart and not regret it for a second. But that's not me shitting on SCP. Not at all. Look at this. It's fucking brilliant. Everything that they communicated here, and I want to look up the SCP. No, I want Oh. Just so you know, any non-authorized personnel accessing this file will be immediately terminated through Berryman Langford mimetic kill agent. Scrolling down without proper mimetic inoculation will result in immediate cardiac arrest followed by death. You've been warned. Better look away if you don't like mimetic kill agents. There it is. It's the scary picture. I guess you guys were all properly mimetically inoculated. Alright. Newly declassified. I don't like that. I don't like the idea that they're introduced... Don't worry, you have level 5 clearance. No, the fuck you don't. Don't. You do not have level 5 clearance. Nobody has level... Anyway. God damn, there are a lot of these now. Okay, I think Kate McTierris is the one. This is the one I consider to be... Yes, it's an album. I'm going to read it out loud just because, I don't know, I've already done some game dev today, and I'm going to get back to it in just a second. Item SCP-001. Object Class Tommy L. Special Containment Procedures. It was the unanimous subjective opinion of the Site Directors Executive Committee of the Whole on May 30th, 2000 blank, that the SCP-001 database entry slot should be locked to edits and only made available for modification with 7 private keys belonging to members of the O5 Council. I know you're D-Class fancy. I'm D-Class. We're all D-Class in our own special way. It was a majority subjective opinion of SEDC OTW that the subject believed to have been most recently designated SCP-001 should no longer be given an SCP designation and should be stored in a standard high-value containment locker in Site-19. It's a unanimous opinion of STCOTW that no objective claims or statements should be made in the main SCP-001 page of the Foundation database under any circumstances. Only verifiably true records of the opinions of Foundation governing bodies in the past. It was a majority opinion of the O5 Council on May 30th, 2000 whatever, in that event that the entity Tommy L., Dr. Mary Nakayama, or any entity claiming to either be either makes contact with the SCP Foundation, they will be referred to the O5 Council for negotiation and cooperation. It was a majority opinion of the O5 Council that no efforts will be made at this time to neutralize entity Tommy L. or the vulnerabilities of the SCP-001 database position. It was the unanimous opinion. Okay. This is drier than I remember. Here's the idea, is that SCP-001 was a number of different things that all eventually grew into a godhead. So, at first, it was a vinyl record containing Esquivel's 1958 album, Exploring New Sounds of Stereo, published by RCA. And the album has an anomalous impact on digital numerical lists that contain it. The album, when listed in text saved digitally, will always be listed first, even if it was intended to be in another position. And this weird little album that would force itself to be number one on the list, defying all laws of reality, really. The researcher who had found it realized that because it had the ability to edit reality, that even though it was a small, little, maybe unsafe kind of album, that it could be used to edit reality in any way that she liked, and it eventually just ascended her to godhood because she decided to have it ascend her to godhood. And to me, it's this perfect conculcation of what makes SCP special. This strange, weird little thing that you might find in your closet. This horrifyingly advanced come-up of consequences that somebody noticed because it's the House of Leaves thing. Oh, I've noticed that my house is half an inch bigger on the inside than it is the outside. And then all hell breaks loose. I just looked at something. It seems Kermit is in the public domain, but his version is a lizard from Sam and Friends, not a frog. It looks like it needs to be explored. Well, it would be kind of cool to have Kermit in Chapter 3. A lot of characters are going to show up in Chapter 3 is the idea. Small spoiler. Chapter 3 is the city. You'll be walking around and talking to a lot of people. The next one is going to be closer to this one, where it's wandering around an area. But the next one's going to be a temple. It's going to be like a Zelda dungeon. Ugh. That's right, I'm back to dev. I just hear my voice. It's just me. Ugh. Ooh, what do you think that means, chat? I know we already have Alice, but I'm really hoping we could see a couple Wonderland residents here and there down the line. Likely Chapter 4, actually. Chapter 4 is going to have a fairly whimsical bent to it. Also, Chapter 4 is going to be the only one that has a major gameplay shift. Here's the idea. Is that for the longest time I've always wanted to make an Oregon Trail like. I love Oregon Trail. I love Oregon Trail. And there's a game, I won't get too far into it, I've always wanted to make my own. And I've just never gotten around to it. It just hasn't happened. But I have a prototype. It is working. And because Chapter 4 is a chapter in which a lot of area needs to be covered, it's essentially a lot of walking because that's how the story goes, it's essentially going to be my prototype for this Oregon Trail game. I'm excited. That's going to be fun. Anyway. Wilkins and Won'tkins are public domain too, maybe, but the case is rather complicated. Yeah, who owns the... Okay, first let's get down to brass tacks. Who owns the copyright to Wilkins Coffee? And what's more, who owns the rights to all those hilarious old coffee commercials? Did you see the Adi Shankar? Yeah, I know, I am a famous Adi Shankar hater. But, yes, I saw. And frankly, I'm just stoked that it's not a property he can ruin. I was there for the midnight launch of Duke Nukem Forever. I was at GameStop at midnight. And boy, what a game that was. So, okay, fine, Addy. Go make Duke Nukem. That's fine. At least you're not gonna... Oh, I know. What was he doing? What was he doing? Oh, yeah. Old coffee commercial. There's this compilation specific. It begins with butternut coffee. And it's this really, really cool old animated, Oh no, is that like compilation gone? Am I gonna have to look up that and all that? Oh, come on now. It's horrible. I'm in a bad mood. I'm not watching old coffee commercials anymore because I saw that. Drink and gross girls work here. It's fucking delightful. It's awesome. I love it. Alright. Now, I could have just opened up that room before, like, instead of going through all this, but I kind of wanted to test it anyway, so it worked out. Let me just scratch my cat. Hello, Dante. Hello, little man. Hello, little man. And here we go. Okay, so it did turn down. And this is the Abaya Mudra. It is... Aha! It did turn up by... Okay, cool. Still a touch loud. How much does it turn back? It goes back up to music gain, right? Okay. Still, I think it itself is too loud. The musician called it Chicken Little just as a random name. But then I was like, oh, it's public domain. That's brilliant. He was like, oh, sure, that's why I called it that, yeah. So, I want to keep it acting and looking like this. Problem is that I don't want to nerf it because it's fucking cool. I don't want it to stop being useful or powerful or cool. What I do gotta do, however, is that it takes down bosses way too fucking quick. So what I'm probably gonna do is make it so that... Yeah, this is still technically nerfing it. Oh yeah, I need to add those sound effects. What I need to do is make it so that it can only... A boss, at least, can only register 3 Abaya Mudra shots at a time. See, this is how I judge a game, is that if I'm testing it and I want to play it just for like another couple seconds longer just because I don't hate the experience, then I'm doing something right. One of the smartest things I ever heard is a friend of mine who did a lot of art for some of my old games in the past gave me a script of hers to read. And it was pretty good. I liked it. I gave her my extremely honest thoughts. And while she appreciated them, and she did, and she also sent it to my friends to read, she noticed something that was so unbelievably insightful of her to notice, which was that everybody stopped reading it because nobody got through it. It was really long. She'd gotten really far in it. Everybody stopped reading it around the same point. And she was like, that's disturbing. I've got to fix that. And I think about that all the time. That was fucking brilliant of her. To notice... Oh, hang on. This is probably what, room 4... 148? 147? 148? Oh. It's this right here. I'm trying to fix this. Get out of here, you fucking thing. On top of the... I know it's a gag, really, only I appreciate, but I don't know, something about going from this, like, hardcore, strong 4/4 beat, like, to, yeah, here we go, like, ooh, spooky. Brilliant. Alright, I gotta fix that thing. I think that sooner or later, those who love will do the same for you. There you are. Not to mention other adjectives that take out all the creeping they will do, but don't you worry. No more ashes, no more sackcloth, and our man made of black cloth. Oh yeah, and you might have noticed now these are... I'm not going to call them spoilers, because anybody who opens it up is going to see this, but yeah, these are the 4 forms that the wand are going to take. Which means that the Inoya's first form, the finger, is called the Finger of Jupiter. Goes to the Abaya Mudra, to the Agape Krateros, to the Vajra Mudra. Vajra Mudra is going to be crazy. Just you wait and see. Whoa. Hilarious. Okay, no. I do have to stop now because that's because now I'm just playing it for no reason. I'm not moving anything along. Sound effects. That's right. I need to find a new. Ooh, anybody who leaves around this point, I'm gonna have a hard time blaming them because we We have to look through some sound effects. Yeah, I use Opera GX. Want to fight about it? Really, my choice is now... Okay. Opera GX, yeah, it's spyware. Yep. Firefox just keeps not working for me. Especially on YouTube. Google Chrome? Yeah, no, I like my browsers to move fast. And unfortunately, the best browser out there right now is Microsoft Edge. And I'm just not using Microsoft Edge on principle. Something in my gut says don't do it. Alright, we need... So we don't have to worry about the sound for the Abhaya Mudra getting as unbelievably repetitive as the one for the Finger of Jupiter. It will still be repetitive, but it's limited on ammo, and it has a longer cooldown than the Finger of Jupiter. So I gotta find something. So it's not so important. If it's a big blast or if it's something that could grate, it won't grate as fast as it would if it was connected to the Finger of Jupiter. So let's take a look here. Let's start with 2000 game SFX collection. Alarms, buzzers, ringers, bongs, timers, bells. Bongs! Bounces, springs, twangs, coins, money, treasure, electric zap shocks. Checked electric earlier when I was streaming on Twitter. Yeah, I was streaming on Twitter briefly. That was stupid of me. Anyway, engines, motors. Oh yeah, when I was checking earlier, no, these are sci-fi zaps. Nothing to be actually looked at for my purposes. My porpoises. Hey, Gross Girl, do me a favor and send a message. There's a part of me wondering if I'm not online anymore. Not because people are allowed to not interact with me all the time. But like, oh, okay, cool. Because I've done a content ID run on some of the music that I'm using that I have every right to use, by the way. I got the rights for them. But some of them are still held by copyright. I'm just riveting. Oh, well, thank you so much. I just want to make sure that my stream didn't get taken down without my knowing. Alright. Retro arcade, no. Shaker, shuffle, rolls, no. Slider, drag movers, no. Splat, squelches, squeaks, creaks, success, beeps, chimes, pickups, success, tunes, cheers, swipes, flashes, whooshes. Texture, vocal, cute characters. Well, none of these are going to work. $24-bit, huh? Well, let's try it anyway. Elemental magic, why not?
How weird.
Arcane missile, why not? Let's try it. It's kind of cool, actually, but I don't think it's gonna work. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'll say again that I like what you're doing. I've always liked the idea of some crossovers. They're also very recognizable but slightly forgotten characters who are given a chance to be in action again. Keep up good work and everything will work out. Oh, well, thank you so much. That's really very kind of you. And feel free to stop by anytime. It's very kind of you. And yeah, no, by all means, head out of here. And it was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much for stopping by. It means the world. Do you think burning terrain or a Molotov cocktail weapon would be feasible? Yeah, I don't see why not. I already have an explosion. That's the Sun Wukong's grenade launcher creates an instance underneath it that becomes the explosion. All I'd have to do is make sure it stays there a little longer and hurts you a little less. Yeah, I could do that. That's not a bad idea. Who are you thinking for? I want to give a Molotov cocktail to a character. I want to give a Molotov cocktail to my cat, see what it does with it. I kind of like this weird, like, siren-y almost sound. But it doesn't really have a punch to it, does it? Too long. But maybe I can layer something on top of it. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna download this one. I mean, I could technically... No, I'm not gonna technically do that, actually. Dante, you're acting like a cat that wants to get choked. You want to get choked, pal? Want me to wring your tiny little kitty neck? Oh my god, you're so cute. I'm sorry that I said I was going to wring your tiny little kitty neck. Did you ever forgive me? Oh, baby boy. Alright, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, alright?
You should be.
I was thinking that either the March Hare or the Cheshire Cat just for something completely insane, but setting everything ablaze. Yeah, that could be cool, actually. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, pardon me. My gosh. Oh, I've got a root canal tomorrow. That's going to be fun. No, I need something... I need someone with a touch more punch to layer over this. Ice Light Meteor. Nope, that's not what I'm... That's not... Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Poof. A little wet. Sure, fuck it. Let's give it a try. What could it hurt? Sweet. I don't appear to have anything embarrassing in my downloads. Discard. Let's just see. What? Oh. It's cool, but it's a little long. What if... No, I need it to fade out even quicker than that. Maybe even a little quicker than that. Sure. Why not? Fuck it. Ooh, there's a... That's what I get for using Dropbox instead of GitHub. Yeah, that's fine. Suffix okay. Let's see our fire bullet. Now time for some boring coding stuff for just a minute. I'm gonna type cold. I'm gonna type finger gun. There we are. No, I'm looking for. No, that is what I'm looking for. It's under finger gun, and it's gonna be else if spell. Okay, you know what? I'm going to make this a little easier on myself. One of the whole concepts behind the fall of the public domain is to take something heavily symbolic and informed by mythology and history and let that sit in the background where it kind of belongs and just focus on telling an interesting story. Which is kind of why the finger gun has two names, the finger gun and Enoya. Or the apprentice's staff, or thought form. It's because I like cool sounding names as much as the next guy. And I once saw an AI prompt for a story that was like, that insisted that two characters were survivors of the Eclipse War. And the thought couldn't leave my mind of, what the fuck is an Eclipse War? I know it, like, sounds cool, but does it? It doesn't sound cool. It sounds like a word and then a word. And that bothered me for the longest time. Eclipse War is, like, stuck in my head as the epitome of something that sounds cool but means nothing. And while I understand the desire to add artificial import to something, ultimately, it is the actual qualities of something that make it meaningful or cool. Hence, the finger gun has these extremely symbolic properties to it that will become clearer as the game goes on. But I don't want anyone to worry about that or pay any attention to it if they don't want to. Because, like, what matters is that it keeps the ninjas away and that you use it. That's all that should matter to you, unless you're trying to... I assume there will be no Eclipse Wars in this game. Nope, there will be no Eclipse War. If you... Okay, here's a spoiler. If you ever see me call something the Eclipse War, it is almost certainly a parody. Because, like, I don't know why. Something rewired in my brain when I saw that. I think it was when I was working... I did a small stint of working for remote tasks, which was AI training. My apologies that I did that. I do regret it, but the money was really good, and I was very broken out of a job. And I think it was like short story prompts. Do something with these two members of the Eclipse War. And I was like, that's so stupid. I just rewired me. It means nothing. And I'm trying to make sure that there's not even a small amount of symbolism in this game that doesn't mean something, and also can't be ignored if you're just here to have a good time. I want anybody who's here to have a good time to just have a good time. You know, you don't gotta get into... You don't have to understand that... You don't have to understand the philosophy behind the characters of Undertale to understand that what they're doing is important. I think Undertale is a really good example of that. If you just play it the way it is, then it is a fun, cool, quirky game where characters act funny and sometimes act in dramatic ways. But if you are paying attention, you'll notice, oh, there are these threads of symbolism and all that. I got distracted because I don't feel like coding right now. So, coding. Like, it's not just putting in a fucking sound effect. SFX. Look at that. Coding done. Look at all that coding I just did. Alright, let's see here. Marking that off the list. Eclipse War. Oh, come on. Eclipse War. Sorry, it gets me. Oh yeah, I want to get a, a sound effect for changing spells. Or for not changing spells, as it turns out. Because you're not going to have an air blast in this game. Like you have in the multiplayer. I kind of regret the air blast. I get why I did it, and it must have seemed very clever to me back then, but I recognize it now for being kind of a, like I said before, failed experiment. 1 second, Carlsberg break. Okay. Oh yeah. So when you change spells, or don't change spells, you get this little thing. It was originally a glitch, now it's a feature. And I think just a little, or whatever. It doesn't have to have the same pop as Dante. Doesn't have to have the same pop or kapow as actually firing a weapon. So I'm going to find that, and then I'll move on to something more interesting. Maybe I'll play a game. Right. Okay, here we go. Potion bottle cork pop? Fuck it. SFX cork, sure. Alright, gotta find out where it is that somebody... Let's see how this works. Pardon me. Oh yeah, it's back when we were gonna have super moves. I still yearn for the Rule of Inverse Ninjas Kickstarter, but I don't know. Maybe it had to happen this way. Okay. If control, left trigger released, and... okay. Wrong thing. Okay, if current gun is finger gun, yeah. Nope. Never mind. Okay, I'm just gonna search by MB, right. Gotcha. Now I just gotta put, maybe this is a stupid idea, but let's find out together. Oh no, I lost a fourth of my viewers. No, it was a good idea. I'm just gonna do the thing where it's a variable pitch. Alright, equals how you play sound. Alright, let's give that a try. What? It's a semicolon. What? Oh, no, it's not. It's not the semicolon. It's stupid. Sorry, I've been playing in Roblox Studio, and it's a little weird about semicolons. That's funny.
Okay. I gotta go to bed.
Alright.
So I'll see you later.
Love you. Bye.
Love you too, sweetheart.
Night.
You know what? This is a good... I think this is a good place to end it on. That's a really funny little... Hey, if I'm having fun just right-clicking and making the cork bottle pop sound happen, somebody else will do the same thing. Roblox Studio is peculiar. That said, I've spent my time in both Unity and Godot, and while I'm still significantly better at Game Maker Studio, I will say, props to Roblox Studio for essentially being Unity Junior.
You don't have a camera, right?
Nope. You know what? I think that's where we're going to leave it off. Thank you to everybody who showed up. Cheshire Cat, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Fancy if you're still around. Oh no, I lost a third of my viewers!
It's late.
Anyway, Alex, it was fun. Dan, if there's any chance you're still around, later, dude. Mark of many monikers. It was extremely those are extremely kind words from you, Alex. Thank you so much. Cheshire Cat, always a pleasure talking to you. And this is fun. I keep saying I ought to do this more often, but really I ought to do this more often. I got more done tonight because of it. So, thank you guys so much for showing up. And I guess I am out of here. And as you can see, yeah, this thing will be out soon. We're getting close to release time. I'm running. I'm literally running out of stuff to do on it. And hey, if that isn't just the point, right? Change spells. That's effect. Yep, I can knock that off. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 checkboxes to go. All right, later on, everyone.